Hey, sixth graders. Today we're going to take a look at lesson 5.3, multiplying decimals. So we're going to take a look at modeling decimal multiplication, and we're going to use a decimal grid or an area model to find each product. So they are multiplying 3/10 times 5/10. Well, when we look at this is a hundredths grid. So we are going to change this a little bit because 3/10 is equal to 30 hundredths and 5/10 is equal to 50 hundredths. All right, so first thing we're going to do is 0.3 times 0.5 represents 0.3 of 0.5. So we're going to shade 5 rows of the decimal grid to represent 0.5, which is this. So we're going to do 5. So we're going to shade 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay, so that's 50 out of 100, which is 5/10, which is this decimal right here. And now we're going to shade 3/10, which is 30 out of 100, coming down this way. Okay, actually, I'm going to do it. It would have been better if I would have used a highlighter, but so what I want you to see is that this area right here is where they both overlap. And that area right here is our answer. How many do we have shaded here? We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So we have 15 out of 100, which equals 0.15. Now, our problem was in decimals. So I want my answer to be in decimals. Okay, so 0.3 times 0.5 equals 0.15. So this process right here just explains what I just did here. I shaded, but I don't quite like how they explained it, but it's this area right here, the overlap of these two, which is where we get our answer. Okay, let's take a look at B. Now we're going to do 3.2 times 2.1. We have numbers in front of the decimals now. Use an area model. In the model, the large squares represent wholes. So we have, this is a whole, 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 whole. So here we can represent the small rectangles along the right, and the lower edges represent tenths, and the small squares at the bottom represent hundredths. The model is 3, 1, 2, 3, going this way, and then 2 coming down this way. Okay. And then so it's 3.1 2/10, and then we have 2 and 1/10. So we end up with this is a tenth, this is a tenth, this is a tenth, 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 tenth. So we have 6 wholes, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and tenths. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 7 tenths, and we have 100th, and then we have another 100th. So we have 2 hundredths. So 3.2 times 2.1 equals 6 and 72 hundredths. So how are the products 2.1 and times 3.2 and 21 times 32 alike, and how are they different? Well, let's take a look. We just did 2.1 times 3.2. This is 6.72. If we do 21 times 32, that's 2, 4, placeholder, 3, 6. That answer is 672. So, how are they alike? Use same numbers in the answers. How are they different? Well, one has a decimal and one does not. We're going to jump right into multiplying decimals. To multiply decimals, first multiply as you would with whole numbers. Then place the decimal point in the product, which is the answer. The number of decimal places in the product equals the sum of the number of decimal places in the factor. Delia bought 3.8 pounds of peppers. The peppers cost $1.99 per pound. What was the total cost of Delia's peppers? So we have 1.99 times 3.8. 8 times 9 is 72. 2 goes here, carry the 7. 8 times 9 is 72. Plus 7 is 79. Here's the 9. Carry the 7. 8 times 1 is 8. Plus 1 or 7 is 15. Here's the placeholder. 3 times 9 is 27. 7 goes down here, carry the 2. 3 times 9 is 27 plus 2 is 29. 9 here, carry the 2. 3 times 1 is 3 plus 2 is 5. Now we get the answer 7562 without decimals. Now, this number up here has two decimal places. This one right here has one decimal place, 1. So we're going to start from here and go 1, 2, 3 and put the answer right here. Now, since we're talking about money, we're going to round the answer to the hundredths to show a dollar amount. So if I round this to the nearest hundredth, I look to the number to the right. If it's 5 or higher, my 6 becomes a 7. If it's 4 or lower, it stays a 6. So it happens to be 4 to 2 is 4 or lower, so it stays a 6. $7.56. All right, how can you use estimation to check that you have placed the decimal point correctly in your product? Well, you're going to estimate to see if your answer is reasonable. For instance, 1.99 is about 2. 3.8 is about 4. 4 times 2 is 8. Is $7.56 close to $8? You bet it is. Let's go ahead and try the your turn. I want you to pause this video, do the problem, come back and check your answer. Let's go ahead and check your answers. There's one decimal point here, one decimal place here, for a total of 2 decimal places in your answer. Multiply these together and you get 192.78. There are 2 decimals here. 2 decimal places here, 2 decimal places here. 2 plus 2 is 4, so for a total of 4, I multiplied these answers together and I counted over 1, 2, 3, 4. 4.4896. In example 1, you used estimation to check whether the decimal point was placed correctly in the product. You can also use estimation to check that your answer is reasonable. Blades of grass grow to 3.75 inches per month. If the grass continues to grow at this rate, how much will the grass grow in 6.25 months? Well, 3.75 times 6.25, remember, multiply as if there's no decimals there, which is what they do here, here, and here. Go back into your problem. I have two numbers after the decimal, 2 numbers after the decimal. So in my answer, 2 plus 2 is 4. So my answer without, I'm going to count over 1, 2, 3, 4. So 23.4375. The grass will grow 23.4375 inches in 6.25 months. Estimate to check whether your answer is reasonable. Round 3.75 to the nearest whole number, that would be 4. Round 6.25 to the nearest whole number, that would be 6. And 4 times 6 is 24. The answer is reasonable because 24 is close to 23.4375. Go ahead and try the your turn. Come back and check your answer. Pause this video. All right, problem 5. 2 decimals here, 2 decimals here. Multiplied the problem together, and I have a total of 4 decimals. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 48.4092. Over here, I have 2 decimals here, 2 decimals here, for a total of 4 decimals. Count over from the right, 1, 2, 3, 4. Number 7, Rico bicycles at an average speed of 15.5 miles per hour. What distance will Rico bicycle in 2.4 hours? So that's 15.5 times 2.4. I ended up getting all the way to here and getting 3720. I have 1 decimal here and 1 decimal here. So there should be 2 here. So I go over 1, start from here, 1, 2. It's between the 7 and the 2. So he will ride 37.2 miles. You don't need the extra 0 at the end. 37.2 is equivalent to 37.20. And use estimation to show that your answer to 7 is reasonable. I got 37.2. Well, 15.5 is about 16. 2.4 is about 2. So now I have 16 times 2, and that's 32. 32 is close to 37.2. Remember, you are counting the number of numbers behind the decimal here. So that's 1, 2. Here's the other decimal. That's 2, and 2 plus 2 is 4. So in your answer, you count over 4 places and place your decimal. 2 here for a total of 4. There are 4 numbers behind the decimal. Bring any questions you have to class, and let's make sure to get your work turned in on time. Have a great one.